Rachel, I know you've highlighted the top 10 social media campaigns for the third quarter. Um, and we don't play favorites, you know that. But I'm sure there are a couple that come to mind for their prowess and focus. Uh, do you have your picks?
Yeah, definitely. I think that Bergdorf has probably one of the most impressive social media campaigns that I've seen. They do so much with social media. They tap all of the mediums. It's Facebook, Twitter. They have a couple blogs. They have a digital magazine. They use Instagram. They have apps. It just kind of goes across all of the media, and I think that it's really great because they're willing to try new things, and in that they touch with different kinds of consumers who may not be into blogs, but they are on Facebook, or may not be on Twitter, but they are on mobile. So I think that's a good thing. And then the other one is Missoni. I think that they did a really great job highlighting their Missoni for Target line. And obviously they did an amazing job because it crashed the site, and everyone kind of went crazy over it. But before the campaign, they had the whole secret blog where you didn't know who was writing it, if it was affiliated with Missoni, if it was affiliated with Target, and no one really knew what was going on. And that was a really cool thing. And then after the campaign images started coming out, they gave some sneak peeks to their Facebook fans, regarding new products from the Missoni for Target collection, which was awesome too, and they kind of went across the board in that respect.
So social media, we don't have any way of verifying if social media really drives sales, but
Right.
it's certainly driving interest in the brands.
Definitely. I think that above all, it kind of gains brand awareness. A lot of consumers will just click like to brand, and I know that a lot of brands measure that, but it's kind of what comes next. But I think that a lot of brands are kind of leveraging the amount of likes they get or the amount of followers, and implementing new techniques, like Facebook commerce, or having links that showcase a certain product, and then when you click on it, it takes them back to the e-commerce site, which increases sales.
Have you noticed a shift in patterns from this quarter versus the second quarter social media efforts?
I have. I think that now that everyone's pretty much on it, it's really up to the brands to step up, because at first it was, there were only a few on it, and it was really cool, and everyone just kind of, sat and watched what they were doing. But now that everyone's on it, I think that brands really need to step it up to really differentiate themselves from from their competitors.
So how have they stepped it up compared to last quarter or even the first quarter?
Well, last quarter we were, I know that we wrote stuff like, oh, well, they showcased their products, they had, behind-the-scenes videos and stuff like that, but now everyone's doing that. So brands that are still just doing that and aren't having apps or, aggregated content and things like that didn't make the list this year, or this quarter.
And what do we expect for the final quarter, the holiday quarter?
I don't know. I feel like there's probably going to be a little bit more commerce. I know that a couple of brands are thinking about stepping up Facebook commerce, which is probably the next big thing, monetizing your Facebook efforts. And, probably a lot more campaign videos and things like that, but I think that it's really up to brands to come up with more innovative, creative things.
I like.